Namaste, I'm Jevin Dr. Sapna Khelot, and my session is on elements of the states. Now, generally, they are the four elements of state: population, territory, government, and sovereignty. The first two elements, yani population and territory, are taken as a physical elements, and the last two, yani government and sovereignty, are regarded as its spiritual or metaphysical elements. Now, in detail, population. Since state is a human association, the first essential element that constitute it is a people. How much people constitute state? Now, exit answer can be given to such a question. It is a different matter that a philosopher like the Plato suggests the figure of 5040 people for his sub-adult state in the laws, and the modern thinker like Rousseau prefer the population of 10,000 in a real democratic state. The fact in that the state of the world vary in terms of democratic strength. We have states with a population of about 100 million as China, and with the strength of few thousand people like San Marino. In this direction, we may appreciate the view of Aristotle that the population of states should neither be so large that administration may be problem, nor so small that a people may not lead to a life of peace and security. मतलब the people may not lead a life of peace and it should be so much that the people may be led a life of self-sufficiency. Now, the second is a territory. Territory is another essential element of the state. No people can constitute a state if they are not permanently settled on a fixed territory. A nomadic tribe does not form a state, even though it may not lack political organization. The Jews had a deep sense of unity, but were not a state because they were scattered all over the world. But they acquired statehood as soon as they settled permanently on the territory of Israel. In fact, this is an important difference between the state and other association. Other associations need be permanently settled on a fixed territory. Moreover, more than one state cannot be located on the same territory, whereas several associations can exist side by side on the same land area. The territory of a state includes land, water, and airspace. The territorial limits of the coastal states also extended over the sea up to the prescribed distance. The state authority also extends to ships on the high sea under the flag of the state, and also to its legation on foreign lands. The territorial limits of the state also extends to the airspace above the territory of the state. Now, the third is the government. Like government is another element of the state. It is important machinery or agency by means of which the state maintains its existence, carries on the functions and formulates, expresses and realizes its policies and objectives. Government has three organs: the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. The legislature makes law, the executive enforces them, and the judiciary interprets them and decides upon their application in individual cases. Government is regarded as indispensable because without it the state cannot exist. It is not necessary that government must be of particular type. It may be monarchical, dictatorial, democratic, or of any other type. So, but government is not identical with the state because the latter is the entire community of person, whereas government includes only a small proportion of the population. Moreover, the state is a permanent entity, while a particular government may be completely changed without endangering the existence of the state. The state may, however, be destroyed by conquest. Now, the fourth is the sovereignty. Sovereignty is the fourth essential element of state. It distinguishes the state from other human groups or association. The word sovereignty denotes supreme and the final legal authority. The supreme power over citizens and subject and restrained by law according to Buddha. It is a legal authority above and beyond which no further legal power exists. Sovereignty has two dimensions, internal and external. In theory, the sovereignty of the state is absolute, but actually there is no such thing as absolute sovereignty. whether in domestic or international affair. Many so-called sovereign states are actually dependent in economic or military matters, one or more of great powers. So some scholars are of the opinion that international recognition should also be included in the list of the elements of the state. International recognition implies two things: recognition by individual states and recognition by the UNO. So there is no, you can say that international recognition is no doubt important, but it cannot be considered to be element of the state. Recognition is a political act and depends on numerous subjective factors. There is no objective criteria to judge whether a state deserves international recognition or not. Moreover, international recognition can be withdrawn. In the case, the existence of the state would depend upon the will of other states. Obviously, it would conflict with the sovereignty of the state, which is one of the most important element.